brother?
Peace, I'm good.
Yeah, we in the building, man. My dog
Oh,
Theo, he in the building too.
yeah, I hear you talking about that AI, AI
Yeah, man.
economy, the AI economy about to come through.
Yeah,
Boy.
man. Automated intelligence.
Hey, well, that's why we gotta attach ourselves to it so they can pull us along with it.
Right.
Man,
You
look,
know?
that pool gonna be that pool gonna be shady to the motherfucker.
Hey,
Right,
listen,
right.
listen. Hey, I've been in the tech space since '99, so I could put y'all up on some game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be willing to hear it. Seriously, I'm not opposed to it. I don't really engage it. Like in my day job, we can't even use it. Like we're outlawed to use it. You know what I mean?
You in the education
I'm
space?
in I'm in media. I'm a
Okay.
journalist. You know, my day gig, I'm a senior editor for the biggest black owned media company in the world. And they don't really want us like we have combing programs on site, enterprise stuff that we can't even like use AI stuff. Like they will know if we use a chat GPT or DeepSeek or whatever, So
Right,
we
right.
don't even use it. We don't even use Grammarly, honestly. We don't use that. We use spell check on Microsoft Word. That's it, man. So
Yeah, well, at some point they're gonna have to let y'all do that because those who don't use AI will be wiped out.
yeah,
It's
true.
really about we as human beings being able to use the tools that are available for us. Uh, you know, the whole thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
No, no, no. Evangelize
Yeah.
away. I'm listening because I got an open mind about stuff, man.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
There is a narrative in crypto called DePIN, which is a decentralized infrastructure platform, right? And so we know that AI agents are going to be taking on more and more tasks as people implement them,
mm.
whether into their own lives or got corporations, right?
Right, 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 right,
Um, so it needs the rails, the infrastructure to actually do the thing, right?
right.
And so you have platforms like Helium, Pocket Network, Cosmos, Ethereum, where you can actually invest, purchase these tokens, and then what they call stake on their platforms, right?
Right.
Uh, Staking these assets, these digital assets on the platform gives you, as it's being used, because the energy that's being staked, that's what they're considering energy. You're getting residuals, you're getting payment for the usage of that energy.
Got you, got you.
Uh, so imagine uh, before email, and there's a couple protocols that they use to send email.
Right,
Imagine being able to get 3 cents per email in perpetuity.
right, 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 right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right,
that's what we're dealing with when it comes to crypto and AI being
right.
they work hand in hand
Got
because
it.
it has to hold, it's not going to trade in dollars, right? If they're
Right,
performing a task or have to purchase a airline ticket for you or whatever,
right.
it has to use some type of value. And so it holds value and then it also confirms the transaction.
Okay. All right. I'm hip. I mean, so one of my good friends, you might know him in the crypto space, or the blockchain space, Kane Mayfield.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
the game. He been
Yeah,
hey,
one of my
veteran of Sands on Sports. He been on the
right.
show.
So Kane is my guy, man. Like he's probably one of the wildest individuals you'll ever meet. If you ever met him in person, it's unforgettable. If you ever
Oh,
had a phone call with him, you won't forget it. He's the most offbeat character in the world, but has a heart of gold
mm.
underneath all that gruff. But he really knows that world that you're talking about. Him and Rare Skrilla,
So
who I know is Jay Skrilla, who's from my area, from the
Jay
DMV area.
Skrill. I know Jay Skrill. That's my man too.
Yeah, Skrilla with the beats. He was nice with the
Yeah,
beats. I'm
that's
sure he
my
probably
man. He moved. He moved, didn't he?
he down there in Florida with
Yeah, in Florida. Damn right. That's my man, Jay Skrilla.
he down in Florida with his wife and family. So that's my man.
mm.
Old Skrilla, Skrillmatic as I call him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, now we got my man, MC Kyle David from Cincinnati, the 5Ds. Mike Check, you in the building?
Peace, peace. What's
All
up,
right.
gentlemen? How's everybody feeling tonight?
Feel
Everybody's
good.
good,
Hey, we're
man.
gonna start. Three,
Let's go.
2, 1. What's up, y'all? It's your main man, Jay Sands. Sands on sports, hip hop, and sports entertainment at its finest. That's right, y'all. The big kid is at it again. Season 7, the God season. And hey, this is episode 131. The first hip hop sports podcast started in 2007 with my man Grap Lover. Did my first interview 08 with Royce the 5'9" at the Sonar in Baltimore. And hey, been doing it ever since, bro. We still cranking them out. And hey, we got the co-host. Yo, we got two co-hosts today. We got two co-hosts. Hold on. Let's go to Tyre Jahi, baby. How you feeling?
I feel fantastic. You know what I mean? We're here on the West Coast,
Yeah.
still indulging in the sun.
Oh
So
yeah, it's dark. You see Cal,
it's
it's dark.
autumn, but the sun's
Yeah.
still shining over here, so
Yeah. What's
enjoying it.
what's up in Ohio, Cal?
Yo, peace. Feeling good, feeling great, fam. Hey, got back from the gym, indulging
Yeah.
in this darkness over here in this Midwest, trying to be like my man over on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? But we great, man. Feeling awesome, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, hey, today in sports history, in 2017, you remember when President, he was 45 then. 45 made disparaging remarks about the NFL players. So they locked arms in 2017 to protest. That was their protest. Not
Right.
stopping the game and shutting the shit down for real. The protest was to lock arms. And that was today in 2017. And wow, has the shit changed since then. Wow, have things changed since then. But yeah, that happened today in sports history. And yeah, that's it, man. We have a very, very, very special, one of the intellectual brothers that's going to be using all them words Tyre be using, you know what I mean? And there's going to be some intellectual talking, you know what I mean? We got the brother D.L. Chandler in the building. D.L., how you doing, man?
Doing amazing, man. I'm black and elegant per usual. Feeling great, man. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on, man. For real.
No doubt. Pleasure to at least, not physically, but at least face to face, put a face to a face. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I see you on the Twitter spaces, but now you're in the Sands and Sports Gauntlet, ready
I'm
to
with
get
that.
grimy.
Like it. I'm glad to be here. I feel like I'm at home already, man.
So, yo, what we like to ask people is to do a 20-second bio about themselves, please.
All right, real quick. I'm DL Chandler. I'm the senior editor for Urban One's men's division, which means I oversee content and strategy for Hip Hop Wired, where we focus on hip hop culture, politics, and what have you, breaking news. And I also work for Cassius Life, where I work on more men's lifestyle items like cannabis, gift guides, car reviews, adult beverages, you name it, I probably cover it. You know what I mean? So I've been doing this for my particular career for 25 years now at a pretty high level. I got started with Politically Black back in 2000, the first Black news
Yeah,
portal for politics. And I've been rolling ever since, man. I've been going up. I've worked for MTV News, worked with Rob Markman, who I know you know of,
yeah.
and plenty of other players in the hip hop media space. And here I am today, man, still doing it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. I'm glad we just had my man B Mock on the show, so I'm glad we getting the media brothers because again, you were the guys telling the story, man. So that. But anyway, no monologue from me. What are your favorite teams, my brother? Starting with football.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I was born in DC, raised in DC, so I'm a homer all the way through. So the Commanders all the way, man. All
Okay.
hell, you know what I mean? All hell every day. Jada Daniels and the whole squad, McLaughlin, you know what I mean? I love that team. I love what we did last year. I love how we turned the corner. Football Commanders is where it's at, man. Nationals, I'm with them, even though we're not doing too good this year.
No. I just like the Pirates, man.
Capitals, we still got Alex Ovechkin. You know what I'm saying? I put him in a rhyme a long time ago. He's still one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm a homer all the way through, man. Mystics the whole nine, man. It's all DC all day for me.
Check this out. You're a Commanders fan, and so you bleed that maroon, whatever that is,
Yeah, I do burgundy and gold, man.
burgundy and go. Okay, well check this out, man. You can be honest with us here, man. This stands on sports. We feel like men can be vulnerable. Jaden Daniels' mom get on your nerves?
I mean, you know,
Just want to ask.
hey,
Yeah.
let me ask y'all something. I'm gonna ask you a real question. Now, anybody can answer this.
All right.
If you had a star athlete like that in your life, like if it was your child, right? Wouldn't you be a little annoying too? Would you be a little protective too? I would. I ain't gonna
Well,
front.
check it out. My daughter had Jaden Daniels money. She would have me move to Africa. I wouldn't be able to be around where she just wasn't. What? No, no, it's dope. Again, the world is crazy. So if you can stick around your children as long as you can before they're out there floating on their own, I say do it.
I
So,
got a 25-year-old. I'm still with her like this. You feel
damn
me? You know what I
right.
mean? So I'm not.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
feel like I'm hands on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Jaden Daniels'
absolutely.
mom is just doing what any mama would do for their son. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and her son is talented.
respect,
You did, you know. So
respect.
absolutely. I guess my only pushback on that is he's a man. So it's like
I
I
Yeah,
get it.
true that.
if she
True
could just
that.
like not be so upfront, you know what I'm saying? I could see if she's the wife, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But
different.
the
I
mom,
mean, at that, yeah, I'm with you, bro. Because at
yeah,
that level, she needs media training too. She's in front of the camera as much. Well, not as much as Jada. You
She
know what I'm
like
saying?
Jerry
But
Jones. You know how Jerry Jones. She
yeah,
like Jerry Jones. Some people just
we watching her too.
just like that. You know, just I want to like. How many moms are? I mean, I guess I don't know. They interviewed Deion Sanders' mom. I guess back in the day. I don't know, but how many moms are doing interviews with Ryan Clark and Chandler? You know what I mean,
right,
and
right.
stuff like.
Not many. To be frank,
No,
to your point, Jay, man, no one's doing that. Honestly. All right. Now that you kind of almost converted me a little bit. Yeah, she is a
Oh,
little bit out there.
okay.
She's a bit out there in the front, but I also understand it as a parent, and I think
Yeah, yeah,
here who are parents understand it as well fundamentally. But on the flip side, you kind of feel like, all right, mom, you gotta like let me be a
yeah.
man, like you said to here, let me lead this. I can't find a wife if you're in the way. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
How
hey,
about
to
that?
piggyback
Oh
on that
no, the
though,
wife gonna find him. The wife gonna find him.
yeah,
They already
Hey,
like,
look,
can
he
I,
can run from a linebacker in DC, but he can't run from them Ethiopians.
Yeah,
He can't run from them,
Hey, Juju
boy.
Watkins, she got her. She already put her bid in.
Yeah, he
he
goes.
tried,
She
but her
got
mom
first
put that
dibs.
block up. Her mom put that stiff arm on her, that Heisman
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And then
Yeah.
you put her on that left tackle.
her.
Hey, so yo, let me ask you this: what sports did you play growing up in DC?
I mean, I hooped a little bit. I wasn't the greatest, but I got out there because all my boys was into it. And I feel
All right.
like when you grow up in DC, you almost got to play some kind of organized sport because it's the only way you don't get swallowed up by the street.
Yeah.
I came up in the crack era of the 80s, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of crime and whatnot. The neighborhood I grew up in wasn't safe at all. And even though my refuge is largely the library, I
Yeah.
also found refuge in the court too with my boys. And then my mother, may she rest in peace, passed away this summer. She built a basketball court in my backyard. My mom
Yeah.
was the first one to teach me how to hoop. You know what I
Oh
mean? Because my
wow.
mom was an athlete, like a
Yeah.
tomboy to the core. She
Yeah.
told me how to hoop, how to cross over, how to shoot a J, how to get a rebound, how to box out. My
Yeah.
mom knew more about sports than any man I ever knew. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I came up playing hoops, and then I got into boxing, traditional pugilism. You know what I mean? American boxing, as we call it.
Yeah.
I got really good at that, and then I got into like kickboxing and MMA, and in the early days before it
Yeah.
got more organized as it was now. And then now I'm an old man. I don't do any of that.
Ooh.
You know what
You're
I'm
not
saying?
jumping in the octagon?
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. You know what? I'll tell you this: if there was ever a pro-am league, I
Yeah.
still think I'm nice enough to hold my own for at least one round. But
Yeah.
that's all I got in me. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Only
it.
one round.
Well, check this out. Do you have any stories of MMA or training?
I can tell you one that's one near and dear to me. And it's not favorable for me either.
Yeah,
In
that's
fact,
cool. Those are the best ones.
it's an L for me, right? So I went up into the gym. It was a old mixed martial arts gym up in College Park, and it was ran by this Vietnamese dude named Quoc Dung. And if you ever met this dude, he was like 5'4" Vietnamese dude, full of spit and vinegar, right?
Yeah.
And he was nice with it though. And he had like these elbow fighting systems. He was really into Muay Thai, right? And Muay Thai is like really one of my favorite sports in the world because all contact is all striking, right? So I was learning under him, and I thought I was good because I was knocking folks out in the sparring room, right? So one day, a professional kickboxer comes in. He was smaller than me, right? I'm 6'1". At the time, I'm like 230. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was in good shape. I could hang with him. This dude was like 5'7", 5'8", probably about a buck 80. We get it in, and we're having a good spar, right? And then he turned the switch on. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That brother knocked me out, man. He
Mhm.
knocked me out with a spinning elbow that I still don't remember. I just remember waking up going, damn, is it tomorrow? And it certainly was in my head, you know what I'm saying? So I learned a lesson how to be humble when you go into the ring because
Yeah.
you can't really size people up by how they look, man. It's all about skill. Fighting is skill, right?
Yeah.
Fighting is angles, fighting is
Yep.
skill, fighting is aptitude, fighting is intelligence, fighting is it all power,
Timing.
you know?
That's right. That's right.
So I learned that the hard way early on. So now if I'm out in the street, man, I look at somebody, I could tell somebody if somebody can handle themselves because I know how to handle myself, but I'm not going to just go rushing in because I'm bigger than them,
Yeah.
thinking I can take them because that's how you lose your fights out here. You know what I mean? Underestimate people is how you lose, man.
That's how you lose right there. Woo! Hey, check this out. We're gonna go from DL's knockout to the second quarter. We start in the second quarter, and I want to start the second quarter talking about hip hop Twitter. That's how we got chummy. You know what I mean, on hip hop Twitter. You feel what I'm saying? So, what's your thoughts on hip hop Twitter? Is it good? Is it bad? I be seeing, they got problem with mixtape.com because they promote everything but mixtape. So hip hop, yeah. What's up with hip hop Twitter, man?
I work at hip hop media, so of
Okay.
course I'm a target, and I think a lot of people who observe it from the outside, meaning they're not insiders like I am, they think that we have some sort of mystic like crystal globe or ball that we predict the trends and what we talk about. The truth is, it's the social media space that really dictates what the conversation is, and all we're doing is depicting it or cataloging it or for whatever for our readers. I think the hip hop Twitter or hip hop social media as a whole has been segmented. There's podcasts, there's the social media feeds, there's meme pages, there's gossip pages, there's breaking news pages. I mean, hip hop is a big global phenomenon. We know this already, right? In fact, I always say that without hip hop, I would have my career, and it's true. You know what I mean? Because I think that everything that hip hop is today and what it was, it'll continue to evolve. And I think when you discuss it at a high level, you learn that everyone sees it differently. And it's okay to see it differently. Like I don't think that I'm not going to say any names here. I don't want to do the whole favorites thing because I feel like when you compare artists and acts and eras, you're gonna just mess around and like miss out on all of this beauty in the middle of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you're from, it's what you listen to and what sounds good to you. I could care less if you're from LA, if you're from the Midwest, if you're from the East Coast, South, or whatever. All I care is if the joint is jamming and I do I like this song or do I don't like this song? Do I not like this song? That's it for me. And I think the discussion space these days is always, it's like almost like we're pitting ourselves against one another instead of like sharing what's dope. I see more complaining in the space than I do praising or sharing or not. Remember back in the day, we all a men of a certain age, right? Remember back in the day when you got a tape, like a
Dub it.
cassette tape, and you went to your boy's house and said, "Hey, yo, you got to hear this. I got this new B side. I got this maxi single. I got this maxi single. You need to hear this." You put the boom box with the auto reverse on it, and y'all played it all night. I miss that. And what I do in my day job, I do a bi-weekly playlist called Certified Fresh, right? And what I do, I mix all the hip hop from all over. I do underground, I do above ground, I do commercial, I do the girl rap, I do whatever, I do even drill, I whatever. Because I feel like the whole entire fabric of hip hop is so vast. It's like a kaleidoscopic thing. It's anything you want it to be, depending on how you look at it. And I think the social media space has made it so that we can talk about it in such a vast way. But I also think that we're also shrinking the universe by only pitting ourselves against one another, or like the blue checks always do, lose one album. Who do you like better? This or that?
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
cares. What do you like? Can you
Yeah.
tell me
I
what
see
you
you
like?
do
Because I
that.
care
Yeah,
about
that's what
that.
you be doing.
Yeah, I want to know what you are into. Don't ask me, what are you into? And let's talk about it. And that's what I think needs to happen. We need to have more real, like, transparent discussions about hip hop instead of like these arguments, these barbershop debates that go nowhere, you know? So
There's a lot of like I noticed there's a few guys that just pop up on my timeline when I go to For You, and it's like every day they wake up. You know what? The top 5 East Coast rappers of all time are this, and then the comments go crazy. Or you know what? I think Run DMC is better than Outkast. What y'all think?
Right.
I don't.
All
It's
right.
like, I mean,
I
I
think
get
golf is a good sport.
right. I get it. I think I understand it from a fundamental standpoint.
They
I
wake up
do
every
understand it.
day and do that. They wake up
Yeah.
every day, 7 a.m. What are the top 5 Beastie Boys songs?
I don't
I
even.
mean, part of that is just to attract engagement, though.
Yeah, true.
So it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? they're not really looking for dialogue. They're looking for clicks. So that
Yeah.
changes that
What are
discussion.
the top
We're
five gay
invested.
rappers? Hey, motherfucker, I don't care. You know.
Show me.
Right, right. You know who you like, and you know what the real answer is. Right.
Right. I,
Yeah.
I do like where we're going socially, right? Um, you have NFTs, right? Where the music right now is not really art, right? People are creating to make money, that's the kind of the driving force. But, you know, kind of like what RZA did with the Wu-Tang record, right? It was just one available copy of that joint and it was $1 million. I think we're gonna start seeing on these social media platforms where through blockchain, through smart contracts, where you're able to verify how many of these albums are being pressed up by this particular artist, and people are going to be clamoring. Like if Lupe was to put out 1,000 copies of an album, you know what I'm saying? People would be running to that. I think we're going back to that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gotten so watered down. Just like Kyle was saying, everything's about metrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I engage folks and get these numbers, get the attention for myself? That's and not just for, it's not for the art, it's for like ads. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, um, right now in social media, which is not really social media anymore, it's just like an algorithm where you you say something
Right.
and it's like, oh, everything that you agree with, here you go. You know what I'm saying?
There it is. Here's more of it. Super size.
Yeah, it's
Like,
That
like
come
Chat
on, dude.
GPT.
so
Yeah.
so there's a huge disruption happening in social media, which I'm welcoming. And Hollywood is getting kicked in his ass as well by AI and whatnot. So there's we're in the fourth turning. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of disruption, a lot of breaking of old ways, and we're expecting new things to be built. So
DL.
Yeah.
Baby Jesus. Hey, I've been burning that joint, huh?
I love that. That's one of my favorite songs of the moment right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Jay Electronica. I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna
Jay,
sit
shout
here.
out to Jay Electronica on his new
Yeah.
releases, man.
Now I do agree with some of my colleagues that the inclusion of a certain mogul on some of the songs. I'm not trying to say his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He was a particular bad boy. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah, he's included on some of the projects, and
yeah.
I
Yeah.
that put a kind of a stink on it for me a little bit because
Okay.
we saw what that man did. All right. He whooped that woman's
Mhm.
ass in that hotel room. All right. Let's just call it what it is.
True.
All right. And
True.
I, as a man who's a father of girl children,
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
can't let that go. I saw a grown man beat the hell out of a woman that was like 100 pounds soaking wet. All right. But I know Jay has loyalty to him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That man did save his life. So he does owe him some sort of like, I guess, you know, grace or what have you. And I'm all for that. And I do believe that everybody can be redeemed over time. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, that dude is getting his life together as far as like getting therapy and getting off the drugs or what have you, and working on his anger. But we've heard about that infamous anger, so it's kind of hard for me to hear him bigging up Jay at the beginning of the record, and then hearing Jay Electronica say all these beautiful songs and lyrics that are inspired by his Muslim faith. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Big Baby Jesus is just straight up shit talk, right?
That's
So
it.
I'm loving that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as a former rapper myself, that's the kind of rhyming I did when I was battle rapping all
Yeah.
through DC. Like the kind of rapping that I did was straight up like I wasn't like some conceptual. I wasn't Lupe Fiasco. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I wasn't able to write sonnets like that, brother. But as far as barring somebody up, I could really do that. And I probably still could if I really worked at it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the kind of world I come from. So to hear somebody of his lyrical stature just have fun on the record
Yeah.
and all that stuff that
Yeah.
he be
That's just
going
crazy.
through,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to
Dope. It was
hear. I
dope.
love MCs doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm an MC, so kind of doesn't matter to me. But as you see, there's equipment here, so I'm kind of a beat nerd too, right?
right.
So I could hear the stuff not being mixed. I could hear that. But again, I like shoot. I wish I could release all my stuff unmixed, but there's a difference eventually as you, I guess, start playing on different sound systems, and it's so. I think that's you hear even on some words at a pop and stuff like that that an engineer's going to clean up on the mix. You know what I'm saying? But again, having a raw product like that. That's dope to me. That's kind of like Run DMC. Here we go, the real raw shit. You know what I mean?
And I want to ask you something, Jay, just because I'm a fan of your music, as I've already told you.
Thank
I've been
you.
listening to you for years, and I've always liked how you approach your diction when you got to the microphone. That's one of the things I had to work on heavily when I was rhyming myself. But when you hear those flaws, sometimes those flaws feel good. Sometimes those raw moments, that first take,
Yeah.
your mind says, "I want to do another take because I know I can say that word better." But
Right.
the emotion of that raw flawed take is so much better than the perfectionist take like Eminem does. Eminem, you've never heard a bad take from him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably doing a million takes to get that
Yeah. Dre making them do.
perfect sound. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's something about Jay's Electronica's recent output where it sounds like demos, like we're
Yeah.
getting led into his process almost. You know what I mean? And I think that's the beauty of what he's doing with the flood of music. We're hearing a master at work, and
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't hear it, but I'm glad we did because I'm such a big fan of the dude. I want to hear anything he has to say. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I think one good example of that is at D Nice and the TR 808 is coming. The first
Mm,
time I heard that was again, he did it live on a radio show. You know
mm.
what I mean? So it was just that's the version that came out that everybody heard, and then he got the record deal and did that song over. It didn't sound like the original
It
one. You know
lost
what I
everything.
mean?
You
It's
know
still
who
a dope song, but the original one that him and Karis one did on the radio, that
crazy.
that was it. So.
You know another good example of that is Cody Chestnut, the headphone masterpiece.
Mhm.
I first listened to that. I was living in San Diego. This is you know, got the year. Nonetheless, listening to that record or that album, I was just like, wow, like it really sounded like he was mixing it in a small little room with his head.
Like where Jay at right now.
Right. Exactly. So I actually like the that you can kind of hear what's going on, the vibe of the room. You know what I'm saying? Were they smoking in the room? Were they smoking herb in the room? Were they, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of all the digital energy and frequencies kind of is a bit too clean for me. So I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed Jay Electronic, both of the albums that he put out.
Right.
I feel like that layer of authenticity is what's missing, right? Like it's nostalgic to your point. You know what I mean? Even putting Diddy on the front of those albums, excuse me, I gotta speak all this, because let's be, everybody knows who we're referring to, right? But the thing is like, we all flawed. And I think he was trying to express that. That's kind of part of the art, of what we love about hip hop. It's also what, the reason why we got gatekeepers and what distinguishes, the dopeness from, the oversaturation is because people don't care about that, the simple gestures. Because when you listen to it 10 years from now, and that gentleman might be in a whole different place, both of them. You're gonna reflect on like, yo, where was I at when I heard it, and where was he at? And now look how time reveals itself. You feel
That's
me?
right on.
So I kind of appreciate him having the courage to do that.
Mm.
Well, hey, I listen to Joe Budden. They say he's coming home partying. They say he's gonna come home and party. Well, yeah, that's word on street. But anyway,
You got to do it once. You just got out, dog. You got to.
yeah. But anyway, man, falling off, and that's probably the biggest ghost of a rapper falling off in hip hop. We seen like Dame Dash has been the GOAT right now, where everybody or to go to the jokes where everybody's just can't. He needs to. What great quote I've been hearing passed around is sometimes saying nothing is the best thing to say. like yeah, you have the opportunity to not make a comment and say nothing and just go about your life. You don't have to put a camera in front of your face and start talking. That's going to be hell for me. If I go to hell, it's going to be me having to explain myself in the camera for eternity and talk about another rapper. That's going to be my hell. Yeah, with fire in the back. Because yeah. So, but he's not the only one, man. It's just like we see Not our older dudes, man, because I'm an old ass dude. But it's just something when you see somebody who was up there and then you just watch the transition downwards. And it's happened to, man, look, I listened to Big Daddy Kane on Shannon Sharp today. It happened to Kane. Remember when Kane used to put the purple shit on? And then yeah.
Yeah, no.
So what are y'all thoughts on falling off in hip hop?
Uh,
Anyway, but
okay. Oh, so
That's a loaded question.
I'll use so I have a quote that I always use. Pop culture is not a container. Wait, I'm sorry. Pop culture is not a culture at all. It's a container to control culture. So when I hear people talk about so and so fell off, like when I look at Dame, I'm like, yo, like he's still doing well for himself, still doing things for his family. He's just a disruptor. You know what I'm saying? He'll stand in front of a train and get ran over and say, "Oh, that was my lesson. So let me, that with that Harlem energy, let me use that and flip it and bounce it." So when it comes to our heroes, we shouldn't allow people to tell us that they fell off because that's the machine. I feel like talking. Dame has done incredible things in this industry and to be propped up, even when the industry is saying he fell off or oh his teeth fell out, like yeah, nigga, the nigga got diabetes, yo, he's going through some things, you know what I'm saying? So instead of focusing on health, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, what he's going through, people want to kick and punch, and that's it's whack to me. So
I'll go next. I'll just tell you the truth, man. One thing I don't I don't like to call people whack. I like saying they're in development. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone has a path they have to follow, and I think Dame Dash right now is following his path, and his path might be like you said to him, learning the lesson of being a disruptor because he was up there and he's done things that none of us have done on this call. You know what I mean? He's touched rooms, he's been in rooms, he's touched hands with people that we will never meet, and that to me says something. That means if you were good enough to be there, you're good enough to get there again. So I'm not going to toss him out into the trash with everyone else, like everyone else does, even though I don't find what he's saying to be very honorable sometimes, or even puts him in the best light. But he has a right to say it, and he also has the right to experience it, and he also has the right to share it in the way he feels like he has to. So I don't want to deem him as a fall off, but I will deem him as a case study. As Jay said earlier, sometimes you don't have to say anything, and I think getting low, getting quiet, and refining yourself as a person is really more important than trying to leverage all of your past works into some big moment. Just say, hey, listen to me now because I did X. What are you doing in the background in your refinement before you come to the forefront and tell us what you're about? That's what I really want to see. I don't want to see Dame Dash crashing out on microphones
Yeah,
inside the Breakfast Club calling Charlemagne gay. I want to hear him telling us he has this big plan coming and he has actual concrete evidence of it happening and he hires black creators again because he's done that before. I want to see him as a leader, not a failure.
yeah.
I would be happier seeing
So,
Dame turning around versus not. I am not going to celebrate that man's downfall. I don't see any joy in it. Now he ended up being a POS, then of course I'm going to root for it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I haven't heard evidence of that. So
yeah.
I'm going to he just had bad business dealings. And like you said, his teeth fell out. They just can fix that. You know what I'm saying? Time to fix all. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I'm gonna take a different spin. I mean, no, I love Dame Dash. I'm grateful for everything that he's contributed, but also time reveals all, right? So it's like he's got contemporaries who aren't having those similar crash out moments and issues. Specifically, Jay, right? And I know there's a lot more involved with that situation. I don't know enough about it to really speak on it, so I'll leave it alone. But I think time reveals how you spend your time, right? And we're seeing evidence of this. And if I feel like he's somebody grasping at straws trying to stay relevant because he's seeing other people who invested their time in more disciplined activity rise and he is headed downward, and at least that's what it seems like. And the way the media cycle moves so quickly in this day and age, he got to keep up. and all he can do to keep up is really produce a bunch of, folly and nonsense. Right? I'm not laughing at this brother. I agree with you. He has done more than I've ever seen, multiplied by 100,000. But you got to call a spade a spade. We all got a responsibility to be, to be respectful and show some self respect, right? Don't be on camera doing that. I agree with Sam's. Like, yo, get the camera out your face and be quiet. Not everybody needs to hear you.
But I'll say this in one fell swoop. I mean, not to push back on you, Kyle, because I actually agree with you as well. I think that like Rasheed Wallace famously said one time, even the sun shines on the dog's ass twice a day. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and that means that you have an opportunity to fail, but you have another opportunity to rise again. And I feel like Dame can rise again. You know what I mean? Because he did it before. I feel like if you like take Sands for example, he might hit a writer's block one day, but he's written dope bars before, and he'll find a way to get through it. So here, I'm sure you ran into some issues with NFT. You couldn't figure it out. I'm sure you found a way the next day to figure it out. Everyone has a chance to figure it out. I fail at least once a day on something, man. I always mess
Yeah.
up something and I always learn from it because if I didn't fail, I wouldn't learn. So hopefully Dame Dash is learning a lesson and he'll share it with us one day.
Yo,
Respect.
yo, yo. So check this out, man. We are in that second quarter going into halftime. Now, I don't know if y'all saw the tweet from the White House, but I think the White House of Dana White did some AI to show next June how they're going to have the MMA stadium in front of the White House, y'all. So you're in DCDL. So are you going, or are you just going to watch it on pay-per-view?
You asked me a very tough question, man. This is a hard one to answer, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm just gonna keep it a being with y'all. I'm a non-party voter, right?
Yeah,
I don't claim any party, man. I have never have. I don't believe in that. I think the two-party system is whack.
yeah.
Uh, but I also know where my politics lie, and I ain't even going to talk about that right now. I'd rather talk about the fight game. And I love UFC is the best fight promotion in MMA, right? It's the best one. Like they have the best fighters, world class trainers, world class venues. But I know Dana White's alignment with Trump, and you can't front on that. And it is a good opportunity for the sport to be on a national stage like that. You know what I mean? And they got the new deal with Paramount UFC, so it's like I understand what they're doing. I just don't really like it. So I don't think I'm gonna go, man. I'm gonna watch it though, because if
Yeah.
John Jones, who I
Yeah.
feel is still the greatest heavyweight fighter to ever live, if he gets in that ring against Tom Aspinall, he might get his ass beat. Because that dude, Tom Aspinall, is a beast. He ain't no slouch. And a lot of the dudes that John Jones fought in the last few years, they were all great fighters, but John Jones is literally
Whooping
the most
ass.
complete
He's
fighter.
not too old. John Jones is not too old.
Nah, not too old, man. He still got it, man. The only thing he got to do, he might got to get a little, cut up or whatever. And
Yeah,
when
look. I remember I tweeted it because when he came out, I was like, he looked like Damon Wayans on the Great White Hype. Came out with the belly.
he definitely eating some, he eating steak and potatoes
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
look, did he
That's
whoop that dude
hilarious.
ass too, though?
But he did. But that's what I'm saying.
Remember?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you know how to fight, you know how to fight, man. And he's one of the most brilliant fighters
Yeah,
ever do. And he's a wrestler at heart. He wasn't a striker, man. He was a world class wrestler. He
yeah,
learned how to fight like that. To me, that shows the value of how great John Jones is. But the game is kind of moving past him now, though. And there
yeah.
are a lot of other
Saying,
tall,
yeah,
big, quick fighters out there. And, if he does fight Tom Aspinall, it'll probably be the biggest fight in MMA history, man.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I watched the MMA. Like I said, those Saturday nights, I just be in the crib. I got my little bootleg cable.
yeah, yeah.
Pop that pay-per-view, man. I'm watching the John. That's definitely what's going on, man. Well, hey, we are out of halftime, going into the third quarter, and fellas, football, 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 football. The NFL, man. Hey, how's everybody's team doing? How the Commanders doing up there? What the
I,
Commanders looking like?
I mean, we won our last game, but we had a backup Mariota coming in and show out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And because Jada Daniels is the future of the franchise, right? Let's just keep it a bean, right?
yeah.
But our backup is good, man. And the thing is, I don't know how y'all teams drafted, but my team really drafted well, man. We have a deep team, like anybody can step up and do the job that's required to win. Um, And I feel like the Commanders we have a bright future, man. We were right there last year, man. We got deep in the playoffs, deeper than we ever been in years, man. So there's a big fever right now in the DC area as far as like how the Commanders are playing. Like if you go drive around the hood or whatever, you'll see all burgundy and gold all day. You know what I mean? So it's really exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Commanders fan. But what I hope happens though, and I'm gonna say this real plain and clear, the offensive line for the Commanders has to protect Jaden Daniels. He's a big, tough kid. I know he can take the hits, but anybody who's ever been hit by someone in football, when you're playing with your boys in the street, when you get hit and you don't know it's coming, your body is not right the next day. And I don't care how many lift or weights you lift or pads you wear, getting hit like that when you're not expecting it, it's not good for your body. And Jaden, while he's young, he can't take that forever, man. So I hope the O line like shores it up. It protects that young boy back there because we need him for at least 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How the Bengals doing?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Sans? Hey, the Reds playing for the playoffs right now. Yeah, man. On that note, you know, we got a organizational. I mean, it's man, look, dude. If it ain't one thing, it's the next. Jake Browning, Burrow's out. Jake Browning, he's whatever. I think ultimately, you know, the coaching staff is whack. I love my Bengals, but realistically, man, I don't expect too much more. I mean, we 2-1. Hey, man, it is what it is. We don't have an offensive line.
Roll with the Bearcats. Bearcats looking good. Roll DC.
No, I'm a loyal dude. I rock with the Bearcats too, man. Yeah, I definitely do. So I'm ride or die, man. I don't jump ship. Bengals, we're gonna figure it out, but we might need a whole new ownership, everything, man. I don't know, man. It is what it is. We're gonna see what happens this week.
How the Steelers looking? How the Steelers looking, cuz? Look, everybody, I'm listening to radio all week. Everybody in Pittsburgh is losing their mind, complaining, thinking the sky is falling. And we're 2-1 in first. Everybody in Pittsburgh is complaining. They want to fire Mike Tomlin, everything. I've heard this week. How we looking, cuz? Give me some sanity.
Listen, I can't stand like I'm a Steelers supporter all day since I was brought into I was held in a terrible towel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't stand Steeler fans, yo. I really
miserable.
Me either. Hey, touche. I'm with you on that, my brother.
it's miserable.
They want to fire. We need to every week. We need to get rid of somebody. We need to
get rid of the offense coordinator,
defense coordinator. Yeah, I'm like, yo, how many general managers do we have out here as fans? Like, y'all can't even do y'all jobs well. You know what I'm saying? Like, manage your households first. So yeah, we're 2-1. I feel good about the Steelers. You know, need a little work on that D line. You know, and a little bit on that offensive line and some you know, being able to run the rock a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think I'll take a win making the corrections. And I think we're going to have exactly. But I think we'll have a 10-11 game, you know, wins, you know, before we slide into the playoffs. And I think we're going to do pretty good. I don't think we'll make it to the bowl, but you know, if we can win a playoff game, that would be awesome.
I want to say one thing before we move on. I want to say one thing. I am an NFC loyalist, right? I don't know anything about AFC anything. I don't even watch it, man. I don't even care about it, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, man.
That's crazy.
AFC is almost like talking Greek to me. You can tell me anything about AFC team, I don't know. But I know everything about the NFC East because that's what my team is. Because I'm only largely concerned about Commanders and what they're doing.
Yeah, you better worry about them Eagles.
Yeah, the boys good. The boys is good.
Fact, check this out. We're going to game of the week pick. Two teams that are struggling. Like whoever loses this game might be going down just going down a spiral, just going down nonstop. And that is the Ravens going to Kansas City, man. So who do you guys got winning this Ravens-Kansas City game? I'll do my pick first. I'm in Baltimore. I'm going with Mahomes.
Ooh.
Won 250 a couple years ago. I'm going with Mahomes.
Yeah, your folks going to see you. They're going to see you.
Be safe for the West Side, brother.
Woo.
I'm going next. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm looking at Derrick Henry running for about 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lamar throwing a couple to my man Zay. Yeah, bro, I'm going Ravens. I put a score on it. 28-21 Ravens.
One of my best friends is a Ravens fan, and so I watched the last game that they lost, man, and I was mad that they lost too because they had it in the bag. They just couldn't stop that team, bro. So I think the Ravens are going to come in, with a chip on their shoulder. I think Lamar's going to have a beast of a game. I think Henry's going to do his thing, and I think the Ravens going to take this one.
Uh,
I think the Chiefs are getting their what's his name? Xavier
Worthy.
he'll be back this week. So they'll be able to take the top off the defense. Um, when you're dealing with a mastermind like Andy Reid,
Yeah, yeah.
He creates a lot of issues for you on defense. And what I seen in that Ravens defense was pretty sus. And plus they're in the AFC North, and sorry, Cal, the Cincinnati, Browns, Baltimore. I want y'all to lose every week. So
Oh yeah, respect.
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Wow.
Hey, what y'all think about fumble game? Derrick Henry fumbling the ball, fumbling, like losing games, lost 2 games fumbling.
I think it's forgivable, man, because this is the game now. You know what I'm saying? Running backs don't have long careers, right? You know what I'm saying? Running backs don't have long careers, and Henry, as great as he's been, and he's still a rather young man.
Yeah,
I think he's taking those hits from those big linemen. That does take a toll on you, man. Safety's hitting them, linemen hitting them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's funny. But I do. But I think Henry this coming game, this Kansas City game, I think he's going to show out, man. I think he's going to really prove that he's really worth his paycheck, man. Because I still think he got a lot of game in him. They should have won it all last year if he showed up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel sorry for Lamar. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. It's just, hey, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals, they do something to lose the game. I don't know, but I'm just happy it happens. I don't gamble. When I gamble on it, it don't happen. So therefore, I just don't gamble. I just watch it happen. Like, wow, they did that. We won. But anyway, hey, a lot of people were mad at. I guess we're just on the Ravens, man. But a lot of people were mad at Marlon Humphreys because he's doing what we do. He has a podcast, but right after a loss, people didn't want. Matter of fact, there was a dude. They were like, "Man, you're hating the 4K because he was outside the stadium watching Marlon Humphreys walk to his car, or whatever, and he was cussing them out and whatnot." They're like, "Don't do that podcast. We don't want to hear nothing about no podcast." But he went ahead and did it after the game or whatever. And I saw one of the teammates was like, "Man, this is corny or whatever." So, what is it corny or is it just this is where we're at? Players have the access.
I think it's corny. I think it takes away from the integrity. Like, focus on your team. Like, focus on the season, man. Like, get back to basics, man. Stop podcasting and worrying about everything. That's why they don't have any rings now. Lamar Jackson had 0 rings, and that's because of Marlon Humphreys doing podcasts on the side. Bottom line, stay focused, man. And I'm a Bengals fan. But, at the end of the day, hey, if you're not doing your job, it comes out in the wash, right? And that's why they where they are. So, yeah, it's corny to me.
I'm going to push back on Kyle a little bit because I don't really have an issue with athletes doing podcasts. I do think that right after a game is a bit much. You know what I'm saying? I think especially after the loss, the last thing you need to be doing is talking. You better be in the film room studying where you went wrong with the rest of your homies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And learning how to correct the wrongs. You know what I mean? But if he does the podcast on his day off when he ain't practicing, I'm all for it because that's your off time, right? Yeah. But when you're fresh off a game, you're still on the clock, right? Yeah. When you lose and you go home, you're still on the clock. And I'm sure they have practice the next day, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, as a coach, I wouldn't be very fond of my player getting behind the microphone talking about.
Lamar don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame him. And Lamar is a beast, right? And Lamar comes to play every game, right?
Yeah.
So everybody else should be just as locked in, right? You know what I'm saying?
So, Orlando from The Wire.
Yeah.
We had Lamar.
Bruh. Yeah, hey. Bro, it's like being in a foxhole and sticking your head up like, hey, we over here. That's basically what he did, bro.
That has a
That's
bar
crazy.
as Orlando.
That's funny as hell.
That shit
That's
crazy.
crazy,
That's
dog.
I
funny
hate
as
the
hell.
internet. The internet's so crazy, man. Oh man, I hate the internet, man. But hey, oh my God, man. Well,
I
hey,
hated to love it. I'll say that, bro.
hey,
Yeah,
check this out, man. We are out of the third quarter. We are going into the fourth quarter, wrapping things up. And hey, freedom of speech. That's the topic, fellas. That's what's at stake right now. From Kimmel to all this other shit. It's like, hey, if you say the wrong thing, matter of fact, you don't even know if you said the wrong thing until they tell you it's the wrong thing. You know, so
Talk.
so
Talk.
that's where we're headed, man. Freedom of speech, man. That does it mean anything anymore?
All right, I'm the journalist in the room, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and speak to it. All right. And I'm gonna say this carefully because I don't know how wide this is gonna go. So I'm gonna be real political, okay? Forgive me because I still got a mortgage to pay. All right.
yeah.
So but here's what I will say about freedom of speech, right? It's a sovereign right that we all have in this country, right? There's a constitution in place for a reason, and it needs to be honored. And of course, we have leadership in place that doesn't see it the same way as we do. People who buy into this country, we're all here, right? And I'll be frank with you. I'm happy to live in this country because I've seen the world, I've traveled the world, and I know how tough it is out there. So to live here and to thrive here and to be successful as I am, I know that I belong here. But I also belong. I also have a right to my expression as well. And no, I don't believe in targeted speech at all. I don't believe in using your words to harm or to vilify or to villainize people. I believe in using your words to just be who you are. Say speak as you need to, but you don't have to dress people down. And that young man who lost his life, the Turning Point USA founder,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
Mm-hmm.
he used his platform the way he saw fit,
yeah.
and he
That's
died.
right.
He died using that platform how he saw fit.
That's all
And
fair.
if they want to, dignify him in any way, that's their right. I can't really say
Yeah,
anything about that. But to turn this into a war of what free speech is wrong. What he did was free speech. How he was saying all these bigoted things about black women. How he was saying all these bigoted things about black people. Period. How MLK was awful. How the Civil
yeah.
Rights Act was a mistake. Those words have costs and they have consequences, right? No, I'm going to say it right now, plain and simple. He should have been killed.
Hmm.
Him being killed was awful. He
Yeah.
should not have been
Agreed.
killed. I abhor the fact that that man killed that boy. But the fact
Absolutely.
is, when you invite energy of that sort, it'll come to you. It'll
That's
come to
right.
you sooner than later every time. So what you put in the world is what comes back. It's karmic energy, man. That's a tale as old as time. If you speak something, it will come and visit you in some form or fashion. Speak life, speak death, both will visit you if you use it the wrong way.
Mm, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, we're getting a big lesson on the First and Second Amendment, right?
No doubt.
Um, which I think there needed to be a refresher course anyway, right?
Hmm.
For instance, I was reading where Google here recently uh made a statement about the Biden administration, basically saying it's unacceptable and wrong when any government, including the Biden administration, attempts to dictate how a company moderates content, right? So there's levels to this thing when we start talking about our First Amendment rights, and that's not um, uh, you know, a Democrat or Republican thing. They both participate in ways to try to, control and manipulate narratives. And so I'm glad all of this is happening because we're having this conversation now, right? You have it's happened on a college campus as well. So you have kids who was thinking everything was sweet, you know what I'm saying? They on social media, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, we gotta stand up on something. When you activate young people, that's that rebellious spirit. So I think all in all, it's gonna be good for America.
Mm, good point.
Absolutely. I agree with both of you. Yeah, I think freedom of speech. I mean, this is kind of a litmus test to see where everybody is right now. The big part of this for me is the follow through and the follow up, right? It's more than just being like, hey, we got this huge debate about, was this gentleman, was he right? Was it justified as being killed? Well, absolutely not, because if that's the penalty for saying what you speak, then what happens when you say how you feel? Do you deserve to be murdered for that as well? So, it's a delicate balance, right? But also, something else is coming down the street. We know tomorrow there'll be another hot button topic about speech and freedoms when our civil liberties have been slowly, gradually eroding, especially since, 24 years ago, right? And we watch it, but we don't act on what we can do to really change that. And Tahir brought up the point about, the campus, right? The college, the youth, because all of us, as you said, we are men of a certain age. It is time for our children to really take the reins. So I like the activism. I love it. I'm glad people are energized, and I want us to run with it because we fighting for our real lives, real talk.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what we've always done here in America. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting
That's
every
right.
war. We are the consciousness of. I'm talking
That's
about
right.
Black folk here in America. We are
Yes,
the
sir.
conscience of this country, and when we get activated, things move.
We're only
That's
13% of
right.
this country. That's what's even
Yeah.
more amazing to me.
Right.
We're such a small
Right.
part of it, but we're such a significant part of it. Culturally, socially, energetically, we bring so much to this country. We brought so much to this country, and we keep doing it. And even though the other side tries to siphon off of us, we keep replenishing ourselves. We keep finding ways to reinvent and reimagine. We keep dreaming bigger and bigger. And I feel like that's what we got to do. Like Kyle said, we got babies that we got to pass the baton to because we getting old. The knees ain't what they are. You know what I'm saying? The
No,
voice can't
not at
go as
all.
high as it used
Oh,
to.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's time to
That's
pass
right.
it on a little bit.
Hey,
That's
did
right.
y'all see the white kids that went to TSU and got ran off
I
campus?
sure did.
Hey,
See that.
this is what it was. This is a white person issue. Why are we white shooter, white target, white campus, white state? I saw the Mormon movie. It's white. It was all white state.
That's all it is.
So how do you go to a black? How does this make it to a black college now, where you want to go do this?
Yeah, they want to associate everything that goes with Democratic Party or liberalism with black and brown people. They think that's all we are. I
Yeah,
know so many black conservatives and Republicans more than you would ever think of, and I'm talking down to the wire Republican. Black is blue. Black as we are. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up living here in the DMV. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know it because they don't lead with that. They don't promote that. They don't That's not all they breathe and live. They're just human beings that just happen to vote a certain way. And the
yeah,
thing
That's right.
is, political ideology is just one facet of a human being. You still got to be a decent person. I don't care if you voted for Trump or if you voted
Period.
for whoever. Whoever you voted for, you still got to be a decent tax-paying human being. And I'd rather you do that and stand on your square, whatever your square is, and be that than worrying about what my black ass is doing because I don't really have the power to stop you. We're
yeah,
just this much. So
yeah.
let us figure us out. Y'all figure that out because that's really y'all issue. Like you
That's
said, Jay,
all it
that's
is.
really on you. It ain't got nothing to do with
Yep.
us. It never did.
Real talk.
So
Hey,
three.
when you deflect, oh my fault. Go ahead,
No, no,
brother.
no, no. Go, please, please. No, please, Kyle.
I was just gonna mention when you deflect, right? Deflection lacks accountability, and if you don't take accountability, then obviously somebody else has to be the problem. Because when you do, you remove the psychosis. Man, real talk. It seems to me like a lot of people out here are just crazy because they refuse. When we talk about the white and black issue, if you refuse to look inward and say what is really going on with me, because they know. We know when we don't take accountability for some the questions that circle in our head and why we didn't do this and think about it that way. Well, that's the process, right? So when they're doing these things, everybody sees it. But it's because they might be crazy. Like, how do I really deal with being vile? Or how do I really deal with not loving somebody based on what they appear? Knowing the hypocrisy. So I think we're seeing it in real time. And it's a simple answer. They're unaccountable and they want to blame somebody else. And this is what we're dealing with. And they don't respect our blood. They don't respect our skin, and they'll kill us to prove it. So that's where we at.
Oh,
Cool.
Chandler, thank you.
That was very, very well said. I agree with both of y'all wholeheartedly. Let me throw a little extra in there because I think the Democratic Party has done a really a good job programming people here. They use us as a shield a lot of times with symbolism, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Absolutely.
that one thing, and then the other thing is we're watching a new financial infrastructure being ushered in at the same time that all this belligerence is happening, right? So people are, you get stuck in that fear, fight or flight, and you're only thinking about surviving. Meanwhile, there are people accumulating assets for the future in this new system that's being ushered in. So they gotta try to rein us in and bring us into all these conversations to have us focus on that versus ourselves and our future and our children's future. So that's all I have to add on to that.
Got to get the chips, dog.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a great time too.
Yes,
Hey,
sir. Yes, sir.
the National Guard still in DC?
Yeah, they still. I mean, they tamped it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
I wish I could share my photos with you on my phone. I took photos of them
Okay.
last time I was down at Union Station. Man, they weren't doing nothing but sitting
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. I heard he's picking up trash.
That's what they was out there with their thumbs at their butt, man. They weren't doing nothing, man. Because
Yeah.
where they had them at ain't where the crime is. You know what I'm saying? They weren't going up
Right,
to the bricks.
right,
They was
Mm.
at all of
right.
the monuments and the train station
Mhm.
and just walking around with big old M16s, scaring nobody really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't nothing going on over there. It was just a big colossal waste of time. It was a big show of power. It was meant to stoke fear. It was meant to show that I can do it and you can't stop me. And to me, that's exactly what's going on in this country. We're being we're being shown their ass to kiss, and it's up to us to
Yep.
kiss it or not. You know what I mean? And I refuse.
Is the DC mayor, is she on the right side or the wrong side right now?
Hey, let me tell you something real quick, man. This is gonna get me in trouble, man. Muriel Bowser ain't one of us, man. She
Okay,
she
got
only
you.
she only like mumbo sauce, man. You know what mumbo sauce is?
Yeah, I get this shit at
Yeah, man.
Costco. Big
Yeah,
ass
so you know what
jar.
it is. She only eat that. She claimed to be from the city.
Man, I put that shit in lemonade.
So I put that on I put that on the piece of paper right now. You know what I'm talking about? But for me, Muriel Bowser is just as complicit too because she kind of bowed to the administration's
Yeah.
whims. But you know what though? It's almost as if you almost have to if you
Yeah,
want to
you
get
got to.
done. And that's the balance, the imbalance of power is that
Yeah.
they have so much of it. You almost got to bend to their will to get what you want to. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's a wicked situation. Man. It's a catch 22, man.
Or you resign.
Or you resign, or you
Yeah.
resign. And I
Yeah.
doubt she's trying to do that because that job is cushy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to my Kappa brother, used to be the mayor. What was his name? The one cat, the bald head, light skin.
Oh, Vincent Gray? No, not
Finney,
Vincent.
Finney.
Fenty, Mayor
Fenty.
Fenty, Mayor Fenty. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mayor
man,
Fenty.
Finney. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was some kin to Rihanna because they have the same last name.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was Barbadian of Barbadian descent, man. Yeah, Mayor Fenty. And honestly, Mayor Fenty, for what it's worth, being as though I grew up in this area, um, Mayor Fenty was very responsible for all the gentrification that came into the city. Like
Oh
all of
wow.
the pretty buildings you see that used to be in the hood, well, where the hood used to be,
Yeah.
he was responsible for bringing all of those big box businesses to DC.
Uh,
And on one hand, it did bring economic boom to the city, but it froze out people like us who really put our roots down there. We couldn't afford the taxes, we couldn't afford the rent anymore. And we
yeah.
had to move to the suburbs of Maryland, DC, and Virginia to
Yeah.
even survive. And now they try to whitewash those spaces too. They keep trying to force us
Boy, they
out,
trying to niggas
out.
out of DC.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Hey,
know you see it in
don't
Baltimore.
come to those mills. We packed up here.
Are you good? And the county's full.
We packed.
That's
Hey,
one of the reasons why we need to stop playing identity politics, yo. You know what I'm saying? We need to
Yeah.
dig into who these people are, check their backgrounds, the whole nine, because a lot of folks, with our hue ain't really for you. You
I
know?
mean,
I
there's
heard that.
also a replacement agenda happening right now in every major entertainment. Anything we thrive in, movies. Who
Mm,
plays black roles? British, African descendants, right?
mm,
Sports, baseball, South Americans, Caribbeans, people who don't consider themselves black or African American. So there's a replacement situation going on too. So yeah, Wolf, these are definitely agent provocateurs. Watch your back. I'm with you.
I ain't even think about that. That's pretty dope. Thank you for that, Kyle. I needed that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
One last thing. They've been killing my man Mike Wilbon. And Mike Wilbon from PTI because he said something about Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl been getting on my motherfucking nerves for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at him like, dude, your skin is almost as dark as mine, but you sound like David Duke.
Right.
And a lot of times they be mad at you. They be mad more because their skin is dark. Like, oh man, that motherfucker been calling me half a nigga all life. They've been calling me half a nigga since I was. I hate it. I hate that. Tell them, I went to the beach in the winter or some shit. But anyway, so Wilbon had when he got fired, not fired, he resigned. He resigned. Then he put his son. His son got a 5-year contract, and yeah, Wilbon was like, "Yo, I hope they forced him out because again, they try to equate it like, well, it's his freedom of speech, it's his freedom. Well, one freedom of speech actually hurts people. One freedom of speech is trying to help people. One free, I mean, they don't get that shit. So, so a lot of people, Danny Cannell, Doug Gottlieb, all the token white motherfuckers that always got something to say that you thought was kind of cool with blacks, but soon as something happens, they grabbing that white flag. So yeah, Wilbon been getting killed by the right. Clay Travis type dudes, you know what I mean? But I thought even Tony Kornheiser, it was kind of like, whoa, that's kind of, but nah, nigga, that motherfucker got something wrong with him.
It is.
And he makes his living off black kids.
Right, and I think the thing with when you think about like Bruce Pearl, or you think about people like Jason Whitlock or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like these. I can talk about Jason Whitlock for 25 hours, man. I could. And I have insults that have insults for Jason Whitlock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but to me, those type of black individuals who are in the sports media space that have this or the media space, period, that have these real strong conservative talking points and they look like us, they do more harm, they do greater harm than greater good. Even if they are decent people away from the microphone, or even if they're playing a character, I don't really care what it is. The thing is that what they espouse on those microphones is deeply troubling to the fabric of our communities, and we have to stop them somehow. You know what I mean? Or push back on them.
Stay still. Oh my God.
Oh, her too.
What?
Her too. I mean, they're all the same. I mean, and that's the thing. Like I hate to say this, man. A lot of black conservative media talking heads are just brainwashed and gone, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you try to like give them some logic or facts or say, you're being a puppet for these people, they still want to resist it because they think they're indoctrinated into that world, and they're not. They are still seen as other. I don't care how many boots they shine, how much butt they smooch, they are still just black to them. Yeah, and you and all of us on this call know that.
They got Joy Taylor out of there. She was messing with the white boss.
Right.
Yeah, they got rid of her.
And she's talented.
Quick fast.
Yeah.
She's talented.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
actually enjoyed the show.
Michelle Tafoya. Michelle fucking Tafoya. She did all those NFL games, and she's fucking Donald Trump as mother or something, the way she
took the MAGA pill, man. She took the MAGA pill. She took the MAGA horse pill, man. That's what happened.
She's horrible. Like, I watched.
Where's Jamel Hill?
And you're horrible. Like you was looking at those athletes like fucking niggers.
Right. Right. Whole time. We never knew. I had no idea. I would have never. That was a plot twist I didn't see coming at all.
Yeah, that's like not Susie Colbert. What's the one that does the basketball?
Who you talking about? Rachel Nichols?
Rachel Nichols. That's like Rachel Nichols thrown on.
She loves us. She on the team, dog.
Yeah, man. Come on, Michelle. That's horrible, man.
Yeah,
And really, to bring it to Pittsburgh, a guy that used to coach West Virginia. I shout out to Drew Shafino. He was a real good ball player in Pittsburgh. Went to West Virginia, and I always see him going back and forth with ex-coach Dan Dockett. He's a big right wing, ex-coach. I think he does announcing, I guess, a little bit, but it's just. Oh my God, man! They don't see it, and then they got to twist the truth to support their bullshit. And I'm tired. Honestly, I'm tired of it. I write a song about it, I guess, but I don't try to. But for real, man, because fucking Mike Wilbon, they all. I'm glad he got to see it because PTI. I don't even watch PTI like I used to, but they're still on the air. So
Mhm.
and with all this freedom of speech getting Kimmel off the air, that's the type of shit that somebody could be like, oh no, we don't want Wilbon on PTI anymore.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All it takes is one word, right? And,
One
and it turns
word.
into an avalanche. You know what I'm saying? Look how it happened, and it can happen again. And that's to your point about free speech earlier, and we all made the same point. These are dangerous, unprecedented times, man. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in my years. I'm well over 50. I've never
Yeah,
seen any of this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've been in this media space for 25 years. I've never seen anything this corrupt, this controlling. It's just full of
It's wild, bro.
ego.
Boy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wild, man.
it's crazy,
It's a
man.
mockery. It's a shell. I mean, the system was already jacked, but this is absolutely a joke. I think having MMA on the White House lawn is perfect. It is a circus. And I think that's part of his appeal, right? So,
Yo,
hey, run with it.
Trump is Thanos. He's here to destroy it.
Mm,
Yeah, needs
You're
to be rebuilt.
you're seeing Brent's
yeah, I see
That's
that.
how I see him.
door open in the highway and all the money fly out. That's what it's just a friend. It's like we're all in a strip club and they're just throwing money in the air, and it's seldom going to trickle all the way down. The motherfuckers with the longest arms or the best method of
Yes.
getting higher, they're going to be the ones to get the money first, and then the motherfuckers down the bottom.
Mm.
But they see the money, but they never gonna get that fucking trickle down, man.
That's sad. That's a great analogy, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're
Right.
strippers, man. Everybody in the strip club and Trump and them just money machine, motherfucker.
Making it rain, huh?
Making it rain, dude.
And real quick, a really good conservative to listen to is a woman by the name of Sunny Johnson. Uh,
Mm,
she's very has a hood energy. You could see where she's rooted in, but she has conservative values. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
it sucks that a lot of these conservatives that are propped up are horrible representation of conservatives or Republicans. And just like DL said earlier, black people are more conservative than anything anyway. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's a great person to listen to.
Yeah, thanks for that tip. I'll look out for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sunny
Yes,
Cat.
sir.
well, yo, you hear the sound? The game is over. DL,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
32 points. Talking about 8 threes,
Thank
ran
you,
back
brother.
2 punts, hit 8 field goals,
First round
and a
knockout,
hole in
hopefully.
one.
Yes, sir.
No
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
man. Hey, thanks for running through, coming through all this and that, man. Hey, just real quick on the outro, I want to send condolences and a RIP to my man RBI. His mom passed away. RBI, the first DJ I had when I came to DC, and he's been like one of my best, closest friends. You know what I mean? Have me come to the record shop. I think the funeral services are Wednesday, tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, RIP, man. I love you, brother. And hey, man, look, we gonna keep on pushing.
I love you, Ron. I love you,
He,
Ron. Ron is
yeah,
my guy, man.
yeah,
Ron,
yeah.
my mom just died in July 23rd.
Oh my
We
God.
laid to the rest earlier this month, man. So rest in peace to my mom, Betty Brown. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes, indeed.
Her heart beats strong in my chest right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's
All
right.
her hopes and dreams are mine now. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm keeping
That's
her
right.
name alive. And big up to Mama, Ron's mama. You know what I'm saying? Her
yes.
sons will keep her dream alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if your mom is still here, both of y'all, all of y'all on the call,
Yeah.
make
No,
sure you
my
call her
mom
for me.
passed away too, bro. I'm
Oh,
with you.
word.
I feel that pain, bro.
But
2019,
your
dog.
mama right here though, Kyle. Your mama right here,
All
right?
every day, dog. Every day. You know, I already know. She making me a better man each and every
Yeah,
way,
hell
dog.
yeah.
Every day. Yep.
Hell yeah. I love that, y'all.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm. Are we doing the outro?
Hey, I'm doing the outro, cuz.
So okay. I was so touched for me. I was just like, man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
brothers, that mental health thing always rings loud in my ear when y'all gave each other confirmation, and I was just kind of caught up in that. I love to see that between black men, especially. Um, check out rapify.net. It's a social network for hip hop culture. I'm the founder of it. We curate content, and we actually accept people creating profile pages and sharing their content, right? Also, a good book to read, Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. Great read. So it was a pleasure talking to you, DL.
Appreciate you.
Uh,
Yeah, Kyle dipped out.
yeah.
So yeah, hey, I'll do Kyle's outro. We got Kyle just put out a new album produced by me. I did all the beats. Got Bad Seed, Planet Asia, a few cats on it, and it's called Bars the Baguette 2 because we did Bars the Baguettes a few years ago, so we just released volume 2, man. So that's Kyle's outro. DL, man, tell them where to check you out, how to find you on social media, Twitter, all that good stuff, brother.
You can find me at DL Chandler 123 on the Big X spot. You can also find my works and writings at either www.hiphopwired.com or Cassius Life. That's CASSIUSLIFE.com. Find me there, follow my writings, chat me up. I'm always down to have a conversation, but I'm always into it. It is always hip hop all day, every day with me, yo. So
No doubt, man. Well, yo, I'm Jay Sands. Cal David, somewhere the fuck out of here. That's Tyre Jaheed. That's DL Chandler. And this is Sands on Sports, and we out of here, y'all. Peace.
peace, y'all.